And we're joined by Sue Montgomery, a writer for the Montreal Gazette who recently came back from a trip from Haiti covering the devastating earthquake. So Sue, what did you experience and see in Haiti?
We went out into the street and it was like nothing I have ever seen in my life. I mean, there were bodies everywhere, all over the road, dead bodies. The rubble was down. At that point, the smell hadn't really started yet. I walked and literally stepped over bodies and people screaming, crying. Like I saw this one young girl, her hand was missing. Gangrene had already set in. There were maggots on the stub of her wrist. I'm sure she's dead now.
Sue, what made you decide to go to Haiti?
When the earthquake struck on Tuesday evening, I knew that I had to go to Haiti because I had been there twice before, and it's a country that I'm very passionate about. They dropped us at the Dominican embassy, which was sort of standing like this. And meanwhile, my office had emailed me and said, no problem, we've booked you 2 rooms and paid for it with our credit card at the El Rancho Hotel. So when we stepped down, I said to one of the Dominicans, so do you know where the El Rancho Hotel is? And he said, yeah, it's right over there. And it was totally flattened. So our room was basically the grass.
So Sue, how did you actually send out your reports? How did you physically do it?
There was no electricity, there was no internet. And by some miracle, I tripped across this office by the Dominican embassy, and inside there were Dominican journalists working with internet and with electricity. So we were just like, wow. So we started working madly because the electricity would cut. So I would send my stories by email, paragraph by paragraph, just in case the electricity cut out.
You've been criticized by Doctors Without Borders recently about your coverage in Haiti. How do you respond to this?
There were 3 doctors I met in one of these tent cities who went to Doctors Without Borders and begged them for sutures, for antibiotics, for painkillers, and they were refused. They said, no, we don't share our stuff with other doctors. So I wrote that. Because I think the people who are donating money to these organizations need to know. Doctors Without Borders too, they set up this beautiful hospital somewhere away from this, and you know, people were supposed to go to them, but how? There was no gas, no vehicles, a lot of people had no legs. And I'm not criticizing the workers that were on the ground. They were doing what they could do, but they're restricted by the red tape and the administration and the policies of these huge organizations.
Sue, do you feel that your reporting in Haiti made a difference?
After 25 years in the business, I actually feel this is one of the rare times I feel like I made a difference. And it was a privilege to be able to cover it and to witness humanity at its best.
Thank you so much for joining us today, Sue.